You're tuned in for another episode of Tag Out and Drag Out, Sporting Good Reviews. Today's video is on a how-to to goose hunting in Canada, particularly Canada goose hunting. There's a number of questions that I've been asked when I speak to friends, family members, so on, about hunting. And it's kind of a hot topic. You get some, wide range of answers actually. So one of the things that I hear quite often here is exactly how many decoys do I need and what decoys do I need? In my opinion, from the hunting that I've done, at an absolute minimum, you need about 18 Canada goose decoys and at least half a dozen mallard decoys. It would be better to have more. I would recommend, if you could, between 24 and 36 Canada goose decoys and 1 to 2 dozen mallard decoys. Now, what kind of decoys do you use? Well, there's the shell decoys, there's the full body decoys, there's sock decoys, and silhouette decoys. My preference is for the shell decoys and full body decoys. Sock decoys can be quite useful, but the issue with them is if there's not wind, they don't tend to really move right and they don't really look right and they don't bring in geese quite properly. When do you set up when you're going out Canada goose hunting? Well, it's always best to set up in the dark before the morning starts. So I would recommend finding out when sunup is and heading there at least half hour to 45 minutes ahead of time, using headlamps, set up your decoys, set up your blinds, and be completely prepared for first sunlight if you want to have the most success in your day. For me, scouting, this is the absolute number one step to do for all types of hunting. If you aren't doing scouting, your chances for success are greatly diminished. So when you're doing this here in Saskatchewan in Canada, not only are you going to want to scout to see where they are, but you're also going to need to get permission to be on land. You'll need written or verbal permission. Written is best. I would recommend scouting at least 24 hours in advance when going for Canada geese. So what kind of gear do you need when you're going out goose hunting? Well, you need your blinds, your decoys, potentially dogs, although those are not needed. Retrievers are nice, but as long as you're not near water and the geese won't be falling into the water, they aren't necessary. Decoys I already spoke about. Blinds, well, you can have lay down blinds, you can have bale blinds, you can use natural cover. There's all different types of blinds that you can use. Sometimes actually natural cover can be the best, and I definitely recommend it when possible. So one thing that I don't hear often discussed is, how do you actually even set up decoys? What do I do with them? Well, the X formation, in my opinion, is one of the best. So once you've already scouted, you know that there's geese that come into the area. This is where they're landing. This is where they're feeding. Setting up in the X, with your blinds being in the middle. Then you have multiple shooting lanes for various hunters to be in. The other ways of setting up blinds, or I should say decoys, is the U. So the decoys would go around in the U. You'd have your blinds kind of at the bottom of the U. And then the other method for setting up decoys is in a V. And again, it's very similar to the U. You're just having your blinds, or I should say, yes, your blinds at the bottom of the V, and then your decoys going out, and you kind of have your shooting lanes here. So it depends really on what kind of area you're going in. But if you follow these three kind of setups, they definitely work and you'll have good success. The numbers of decoys that I suggested will certainly help. You will get wide ranges, as I said, in what people think are the minimum numbers, but I stand behind what I've indicated for numbers. Have a great day and happy hunting. If you like the content of my videos, please like, share, and subscribe. That's Tag Out and Drag Out.